How are you? I really wish your body and mind be healthy, especially these days. Today, we are holding a special ceremony to honor Sotaesan, founder of One Buddhism, and our founding teachers, as well as for all our parents, ancestors. This service is also for all saints and sages in the world and all sentient beings. All Buddha and Bodhisattvas, all saints and sages, when they come into this world, they come with a single mission to deliver all sentient beings to paradise. Today, I would like to talk about how to live freely and joyfully. All Buddha and sages are the ones who realize the principle of the universe and try to apply and teach his for all people. Especially our founding Master Sotaesan, who taught how we use this truth and principle in our real life to enrich our actual lives. How can we live a joyful life? First, we need to know the principle of how this world where we live in is operating. It is exactly like driving a car well when we know the principle of how the car works. When I was very young, I did not enjoy watching the baseball game because I didn't understand the rules. After I knew the rules, I really enjoy and I couldn't stop watching the game on television. Nothing else seems as important. Likewise, if you want to enjoy your life, you need to know the principles of how this world and our life runs. Sotaesan, our founding master, told us the principle of this world in this way. Sotaesan said that this world is constructed through the principles of great and small, being and non-being. And this world is driven by human affairs of right and wrong, benefit and harm. This Dharma is hard to understand, but this teaching is very important and precious. So let's contemplate this principle mindfully. If you know this Dharma clearly, it is like you attained the most precious treasure in your life. Shall we read this Dharma passage together, looking at the screen?
If you have the scripture, it's on page 33. Page 33. You can see it on the screen. Let us read together the objective of inquiry into human affairs and universal principles. This world is constructed through the principles of great and small, being and non-being, and is driven by the affairs of right and wrong, benefit and harm. Therefore, as the world is vast, there are infinite types of principles. As there are many people, there are limitless types of human affairs. However, the suffering and happiness that might inadvertently occur, and the suffering and happiness that we create for ourselves are the consequences of our own making through the operation of the six sense organs. If we act whenever we please and stop whenever we please, ignorant of the right and wrong, benefit and harm of our actions, then the activities of our six sense organs at every instant will turn into transgressions and suffering, so that our future will become a boundless sea of suffering. If we live ignorant of the principles of great and small, being and non-being, we will not understand the causes of the suffering and happiness that might inadvertently occur. Our thoughts, being myopic and precipitous, and our minds being biased and narrow, we will not understand the principles of birth, aging, illness, and death, and the retribution and response of cause and effect. Unable to distinguish the factual and true from the false and spurious, we constantly would fall into falsity and wishful thinking until ultimately we face the destruction of our families and the ruin of ourselves. Therefore, our aim is, by inquiring in advance into the unfathomable principles of heavenly creation and multifarious affairs of humanity, to know them through clear analysis and quick adjudication when confronted by them in real life.
I hope you understand our Master's words and intentions. Its deep meaning, although this Dharma is hard to be translated into English well. If you understand this Dharma clearly, then I can start my Dharma talk now. I will ask you again, what kind of world is this world? This world is constructed through the principles of great and small, being and non-being. And this world is driven by the affairs of right and wrong, benefit and harm. According to our founding master, great means the origin of all things in the universe. Small means that the myriad phenomena are manifested by different shapes and forms. Being and non-being means the changing reality of the world. For example, the cycle of 4 seasons, the birth, aging, sickness, and death of all things. If I use these technical words and concepts, you may not feel certain of its meaning and not feel connected to our life well. So I will tell how our members are using this principle for their practice in their daily lives. Third, Won Shineng recently wrote 2 mind journals about speeding cars for the Saturday Mind Journal class. As you know, the gravel road of One Dharma Center has a 10-mile speed limit. However, some cars run at a very high speed, and this sometimes made him upset. Actually, not only him, it makes me also upset. And makes us upset. This angry and upset mind is called small, according to Sotaesan's definition of a universal principle. It is called so in Korean. All the thoughts and emotions that arise according to the sensory condition or challenging situation are said to be small. And all the sensory conditions and phenomena in this world and our lives can be called small as well. This arising mind, that is to say, all our thoughts and emotions, is also part of our nature and an aspect of the principle of this world. Douglas Shineng got angry, but he paused and looked at his own mind carefully after being angry. He restored the equanimity of his original nature. He carried out his mind practice even at the moment he was upset, and he could change his mind after the instant. He wrote at the end in his mind diary like this: I had fun writing this mind journal, and I eagerly await your good natural kidding about my vehicle obsession. By mind practice and reflection, he could enjoy that difficult situation. He had fun through mind practice, and he restored his original mind, which is originally calm and peaceful like the mind before he saw that speeding car. Our original mind, which is the source of all things, is called great, according to the principal book of Won Buddhism. It is called Dae in Korean. When Douglas changed from his angry mind to a firm mind, is called being and non-being, or the changing aspect of truth from being to non-being, from non-being to being. The principle of the whole world, the principle of great and small, being and non-being, is contained in Douglas' Mind Journal. He was also good at driving his mind, operating well the truth of right and wrong, benefit and harm of human affairs. Sometimes Sotaesan said the great, which is the origin or the essence of the universe, is like a true voidness. He sometimes said the small is like a marvelous existence. And being and non-being means a creative transformation or change. Our original mind, which is originally free from all disturbance and delusion and wrongdoings, is like true voidness. Our arising mind that originates from the field of our original mind is marvelous existence. It is true that all our thoughts and emotions that arise in our mind are really marvelous and mysterious. Our thoughts are constantly changing. This is the aspect of creative transformation, or the truth of being and non-being. Let us understand this principle well in order to attain freedom of mind in our life. The following is the mind diary of a kindergarten student. The title is The Meal. I went to a restaurant to eat bibimbap, a mixed vegetable Korean dish, with my dad, mom, and sister. There were onions, carrots, green onions, and sesame leaves. This was a sensory condition since I don't like onions and carrots, so I didn't want to eat. But I ate the meal with mindfulness, watching my mind well. The principle of the universe is contained even in the meal and her eating the meal. She simply watched and changed her mind according to what she learned from her teacher. But now we need to think about the fundamental principle behind the mind checking method. She was in her original mind or true nature mind, which is calm and peaceful before she saw bibimbap. This is great or true voidness. The thoughts arose that she did not want to eat this food. This is a small or marvelous existence. But her mind was changed after watching her mind well. This is the aspect of being and non-being or creative transformation. By this mind practice, she came back to her original mind or the great, to her true nature. She was very good at driving her mind car. She drove her car, her mind well, by the principle of right and wrong, benefit and harm. Like this mind diary, even kindergarten children can do this mind practice well in their daily lives. Anybody can do it. It's very simple, but so profound. Who could say it's difficult to do? One day, one of our members asked me, Reverend Kim, do ministers also get angry? What do you think? I will tell you one story. Long time ago, a disciple asked to his master, do you also fight with your wife? Yes, I fight 3 times a month, but I don't talk 10 days after fight with my wife, the master answered. Then when do you think he talks with his wife? 3 times, fight a month. And then 10 days after fighting, don't talk. Seems like he talks with his wife only when he is fighting with his wife. It is just a joke, but it implies lots of things. It doesn't matter if it is life of a saint or ordinary people. It doesn't matter. This is life for everybody. This is life, real life, actual life. Whatever happens can be our practice, just so long as we clearly understand the principle of great and small, being and non-being. As long as we are awake, whatever happens can be used for our spiritual progress. The stability of life is found when we accept the basic instability of our life and the dissatisfactory nature of our life. Buddha taught the first noble truth that life is dukkha, which means dissatisfaction or suffering. Life is not a problem to solve, but a miracle, a mystery to accept just as it is. Our life itself provides an abundant opportunity for practice, the field that I can grow by performing our mind practice. We can use all winds of adverse situation to speed up our boat of life. Every moment of our life can be the chance to transform harm into grace. We need to understand the principle of great and small, being and non-being, especially when we encounter sensory condition or difficult situations. Again, for example, when you are very sad and depressed, no matter what emotions or any difficulties with some situations, you have to recognize, oh, this is a sensory condition, just a sensory condition. It is not my original nature. It's not real me. It's not real I. You can also recognize that this is a small or mysterious existence, marvelous existence. And then, okay, I will restore my original nature. Let's restore my original nature. After restore your original nature, you can choose the right and beneficial way. This original nature is gray. As I explained already, great and small, being and non-being. The principle of the universe is clearly manifested in our mind. If we understand this universal principle, it will really help to enrich our life. Understanding the truth is not an abstract or metaphysical thing. This is the way we can enjoy our life very deeply. You will become a laugher like 원신행's anger turns into fun. This is real meditation and practice. Let us recognize the universal principle of great and small, being and non-being in our daily life. And let us all drive our mind car according to the principle of right and wrong, benefit and harm. You are ready for joyful life. But sometimes you just forget and don't realize it. It is time to live a joyful life. Thank you.